Hello, folks. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers, and I hope you're having a good day. I'm certainly fired up today. I've been looking around the community, and I'm seeing gasoline as low as $2.50 a gallon. Now, there are some places yet where gasoline is in the 280s, but I'm going to tell you, President Trump, about a week and a half ago, said that the gas prices are going to come down. Well, not only are the gas prices coming down, but other prices are starting to come down. We are seeing in some places egg prices are actually below $2 a dozen. And that's exciting as well. That tells us, and it should tell us, that all of the prices are going to be coming down. JSARA is getting ready to be implemented. What happened that caused all the problems in the first place? The globalists and the deep staters, which are the lower level people that actually work for the globalists, and these would be your Clintons, your Bushes. These would be your people in Congress and so on. And all of these people are deep staters that actually work for the globalists. You also, of course, have your media people. You have your education people, which are in all of the various universities, colleges, community colleges, all the way down to high school, and all the way down to kindergarten and elementary. All of those people actually work for, in some way, shape, or form, the globalist organizations. The globalist organizations have been taken out. They were taken out a long time ago. They were the ones who had taken the tax money from the people. The tax money was not actually working for the people. It was working to build tunnels and little places where they could house children that were being sex trafficked. They were able, with the tunnels, to take the children from country to country. And that way, there was very little travel over land, but everything was being done in the tunnels. They even had tunnels under the oceans, and they could actually bring submarines in as far as 2 or 3 states into the U.S. And those submarines then, instead of being off of the coast of California, for example, they would be under places like Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and places of that nature. So they were really deep into the underground of the United States. So they had water traffic ways under there, as well as land traffic ways under there. And they were transporting drugs, especially the ones that were deadly to people. Many of the precursors to fentanyl were being run through those underground tunnels, and children, and as well as young people were being run through those tunnels. And the reason that they were doing all of this was because there was maximum money in it. The sex trafficking was a multi-billion-dollar operation, and so was the drug trafficking. In the early days, they even did gun running through many of those tunnels, and it was impossible to be caught because of that. They also had a traffic system that went through underneath the ground as well. They had a train system, kind of like Amtrak, but you could get from Washington, D.C. to Denver in less than an hour. I mean, you're talking 30, 40, 45, 50 minutes, and you would be all the way across the United States that quickly. Now, how was the money gotten from the people? The first thing that they did was they taxed the living devil out of us. That's why President Trump has taken down the IRS. During this time off, where the government shutdown is taking place, he has actually gone ahead and gotten rid of over half of the IRS. The rest of the people are attached to the Treasury Department. And what they're doing is they're bringing the greenbacks back into the system. And they're marking them off, and then they are in the process of destroying them. That's going to take about a year, and those people then will be doing that. The rest of them are all looking for other jobs because they were illegally taking money from the American people. And so the external revenue system is going to be started up, and some of those people may actually qualify to be a part of the External Revenue Service. However, I do believe that most of it's going to be run through the Treasury Department. Now, what's really good about the External Revenue Service is that Congress will no longer have control of that. They will no longer be able to put that money into Swiss bank accounts and then stealing it when they go overseas. So that's going to be a thing of the past. That's why they're going to have term limits and so on. A lot of the people that were in Congress are going to be gone. Either their term limits will have expired, or they will go to prison, or possibly some of them will be executed for treason. The second thing that happened besides the taxes was inflation. In early 70s, 71 and 72, that was around the time of the Bretton Woods talks. They went ahead and took the gold standard off of the monetary system. What it did is it caused great inflation. And so because of the great inflation, what ultimately happened is that the rest of your disposable income was taken away from you, first through taxes and then second through inflation. And so that was the plan. Now, they have scribes, which are people who record everything, and they recorded everything. And so now they know how much was taken from each family worldwide. That's because that's how many scribes they had that were actually working on that kind of stuff. Now, the scribes were not paid great amounts of money, but they were given room and board, more or less. And the globalists then were collecting all of that money. And they had put it in underground tunnels. And those underground tunnels had various stashes of gold in them. And some of them also had stashes of various valuables, such as artwork. And there were 7 or 8 silver stashes and so on. And all of them have been recovered and placed into the Treasury Department, where the administration is going to be distributing that money, not only to the American people, but worldwide. Nassau was supposed to be something that would take place here in America, but President Trump wanted all of the countries around the world to benefit from it. So he created Jassara. Some people call it Trumpsara. And because of that, that means that all 209 nations then are able to participate in the global economy. That means that everybody is going to benefit. Everybody's going to get something. but everybody is going to be able to also do the investing that will be able to take place. Things like possibly cryptocurrencies, things such as gold and silver, platinum, palladium, copper, all of those different things. Everybody will be able to benefit from. He didn't want it just to be a thing here in America. He wanted all 7 billion people across the world to have the ability to benefit. He wants everybody to be able to be a millionaire. That's the difference between him and the globalists. The globalists didn't want you to have anything, and then when you had nothing, they were going to execute you. What he wants is everybody to be able to have as much as they can possibly be able to gain. And so you're going to benefit from all of the different things that are going to happen. And because of the fact that you're going to benefit from all of those things, you will have the maximum opportunity and capability to build wealth. And that's what he wants for everybody, not just the American people, but the entire globe. And that is one of the biggest reasons why so many nations around the world love President Trump so much. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers, and I want you to have a good day. And the way to have a good day is through good prayers, and if they reach the throne of God, well, you know what, that's your key. You're going to have a good day. You can also have the longing of your heart, especially if it lines up with the longing of God's heart, such as wanting people to get saved, as an example. And you can have that too. Another key, isn't it? So with that said, you folks have a good day.